Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack, and it's the same discourse always and always, again and again. I'm just going to read you the headline because it's just getting tiresome. As Sony continues to censor its Asian games, The Last of Us co-creator Neil Druckmann boasts that PlayStation parent company allows Naughty Dog, quote-unquote, creative freedom. In further dispersing any doubt that the Western video game industry has a chip on their shoulder when it comes to their overseas counterparts, The Last of Us co-creator Drummond has revealed that while Soynifornia continues to censor violent and sexual content in its Asian titles, the PlayStation parent company openly affords these teams at Naughty Dog Studios an impressive amount of quote-unquote creative freedom. I want to get to the straight point, but I just going to give you a little hint. It's obviously racism towards Japanese because as soon as they went to California and moved the HQ to that fucking hellhole, it's expected. Those fuckers, those fucking US Westerners, those fucking commies hate so much Asia, especially Japan. Why? Because what they produced overpassed what the West created in the past. And fuckers like Neil Druckmann, they can't create something that can actually achieve the attention from now the majority of people from the West. What Japan in anime and Asia when it comes to some certain content, what the appealing is the important part, the appealing of what they created intentionally for their main audience attracts other people. But I know some normies get attracted to that. But I'm just going to say some of us are not normies if we are from the old age. Just say. But let's continue. So yeah, this is an image when he got fucking ignored. It was fucking hilarious. The Neutered Dog studio had provided this unintended insight into the blood and double standards held by Sony leadership while speaking to the company itself regarding the devolution of storytelling across mediums. Asked by the entertainment conglomerate for his opinion as to quote unquote how can Sony advance interactive immersive entertainment storytelling with its diverse capabilities? Drogman asserted that there were two key areas for advancing interactive and immersive entertainment. Quote unquote. Firstly, boosting hardware capabilities is essential. It not only supports high fidelity, complex games but also simplifies the development of simpler ones by reducing the needs for extensive code optimizations. He explains. It's cope. It's fucking cope. Secondly, the development of sophisticated tools is crucial. These tools increase our efficiency, enabling us to achieve more with less. So you mean already they are just third-person, open cinematic, interactive movies, corporate slabs. Yeah, I know how fucking Soyny turned out to be, and I'm not going to lie that I was interested in God of War 4. I was only because I was invested in the original Kratos saga. But when I saw Ragnarok and that sweet baby being got ball, oh man, I just fucking ditched that shit. But something that is interesting to notice is how they brag about having all the control, all the creative freedom. And with the Last of Love too, everyone knew. Even it's funny that even I saw a VTuber from Malaysia. She was molding over how fucking dog shit the sequel was, how disrespectful it was towards the main character from the first game. But something all of this comes to the same fucking way that I was mentioning earlier, to the same fucking scene. I going to call it a scene. But first, let's continue. Expanding on his talks, Cockman added, quote unquote, for instance, at now Neutered Dog, we are using a proprietary engine that automates environmental design using predefined rules, allowing the software to create landscapes automatically. If we could do motion capture without any markers, it could revolutionize performance capture in gaming and more, lowering barriers for creators and reducing reliance on large budgets, leading to creativity led. So you mean AI? An AI can produce far better stuff than you, piece of shit. Oh man, it's just he wasted so much money in that sequel. I'm going to add that I was a fan of the first The Last of Us, and my now I'm realizing that that was a mistake because that game did so much damage to the fucking industry. Everyone trying to AAA replicating the interactive movies mindset for every single game to the point that it's over expensive, overused, not actually entertaining, and just ending in the crumbling that is this fucking industry. Just look at fucking heavily to an interactive movie that at this point is not funny. It's not funny. And I'm someone who play Heavy Rain on PS3. That shit, it was intentionally advertised as an interactive movie. Not an action video game, just an interactive movie. But well, you know how that shit goes. To this end, finding himself with one additional point to make up on the topic, to Uncharted 4 at the FN's co-writers, nah, he didn't write shit. He just co-opted it because he as a male feminist he pulled out of the company an actual woman that made Uncharted, and I know that thing cost is just the same as an interactive movie. At least I got to say the characters, the writing was far better what this fucker did. Let's just say. Cool. Then noted, one important aspect not directly linked to production or so in interactive entertainment technology is the creative freedom that the company provides. And that's where all goes down. I mentioned it earlier. The West is fucking. When it comes to people that wants to create stuff, content creators in general, when they have that Californian mindset, let's just say, they have this sin called envy. Regardless of your religion, I consider that a very important thing to learn. Envy. Why? Because one of the ways that people actually tries to vent out envy is when they feel jealous. Well, I need to rephrase that. It starts as someone creating something, it produces something. Then you see other side creating almost like the same kind of idea, and it's far better executed, far more appealing. And this side that created this stuff knows that it's not actually appealing compared to the other part. That's when it has that sense of jealousy. They are jealous, and that's why I mention in anime and Asia. And this is the main course of this fucking article. The West is so jealous of Asia. They are jealous of anime, they are jealous of Japanese games, and how went far and beyond compared to the West has gone. And I'm going to say, yeah, I know the Last of Walk 2 went far and beyond in just insulting their player base, the fans, and the disgusting stuff that they put out that it was not appealing at all. But well, this is just fucking fan fiction from the mind of a brain rot that is Neil Cockman. But again, envy makes you do stuff to actually hurt other people. That's why I see that one of the main sins that I see in my life, it's envy. Because if you feel, if you've developed jealousy to a point that it's envy, it drives you insane. It makes you do stuff, it makes you sabotage the other side to the point that it doesn't matter to you anymore what people you stomp on it. You stomp them, you crush them. Doesn't matter if your reputation is just fucking destroyed. They don't care. When you have that fucking scene when that shit is inside you, it makes you do nasty thing. And that's when it comes to Sony. That's why I want that company going bankrupt. They themselves feel so fucking jealous of Asia that they just come with these fucking double standards. While the West, they are just doing creating freedom with nasty shit, all with the gold walk nonsense, all without repercussion, without actually putting a leash on them and saying, you know what, this shit is not going to appeal to anyone, just fucking stop. Ditch that away. You're going to make us lose money. You're going to make us. You made us lose money. They don't care. They don't fucking care. And it shows. Soyny is an US company. It's not Japanese anymore. That's why it's the main discourse in all of this. Is Sony is going to be Japanese? Look, or at least Asia is going to appeal to Asia. They have Stellar Blade. You have fucking interacting inside that company sabotaging Stellar Blade. I know. She fuck her up signing with PlayStation, with Sony, Sonyfornia. They fuck her up. But it shows. It actually shows how even I have to bring up Days Gone because Days Gone it had something at least appealing to a male audience, some kind of masculinity or even some certain content. Because when you heard that Bank Studio, that ex director of Bank Studio that made Days Gone, he said I wanted to do something appealing to male audience and actually masculine and with a good message. And the works inside all of those fucking media outlets eating them. They eated him, and Sony didn't defend him. Even the fact they just threw that fucking studio under the bus. Jesus Christ, that's the thing. They apart from all of this, when you don't want anyone else to succeed, only you, it leads you to this fucking road. And when you are in a fucking company that gives you the ammo to do this shit, you think they're going to stop? Fucking no. They are just going to double down. just to end this is in quote. You have to risk to find new ideas to connect with audience. And even though Uncharted was a chart-topping success, yeah, I agree with that one. It was important for us to do to innovate again with a new franchise like The Last of Us. The first one, and I going to say the Amy Hennig it was the one that created Uncharted. She helped The Last of Us. Bruce Straley is the one that made functional The Last of One story, the plot, because the fucker is known is very obvious that he can't create shit. Even if he has some ideas, he can't actually make some coherent stuff in all of this. He said many companies wouldn't insist on sticking to profitable franchise, but Sony interacting in entertainment cultures and philosophy empower us to pursue new ideas. Oh, you mean like Gravity Rush and how that game got shut down by fucking Westerners, the fucking head of Insomnia Games. It's just fucking stupidity and just fucking molding of all of the bullshit this idiot is just saying. Closing out to his answer, Drunkman ultimately declared, art requires risk. You can engineer perfectly and predict how successful will be. I'm incredibly thankful that Sony Interact Entertainment trusts us to leverage our past to success to explore brand new creative avenues. Oh man, at least I love having this article is just showing the fucking scene where they Senator Armstrong came in this fucking game. Thanks Fortune for giving me that fucking meme. But this is something that it's it's a message that is so fucking obvious. They're giving creative freedom, even if it's just fucking disgusting and no one's going to like it. They're going to make that shit only because they have the political aspect that it's supported by the fucking elites, but supported by the current administration of the US. Because let's just face it, Soyny accepted money from BlackRock, and the US is watching over Soyny because at the end of the day, propaganda machines, jury investment, I'll say all that. That's why I keep mentioning that dude because he predicted a lot of shit. All of the stuff, even movies from the past, of course they were fucking propaganda from the US. But I have to say, at least those were appealing. Terminator, oh man, or at least when even fucking you know G.I. Joe, at least, well, I know it's not the best example. Rambo, at least as one. I was going to say from when I see West of the past, I think of Rocky. At least that franchise, even if it was not in a very good direction after the tier one, I have to say that I enjoyed that because it keeps spreading a very good message. And honestly, that's something that is very lacking in all Western media as a whole, both movies and video games. M- Making a good message to people to improve while actually being entertaining. But when it comes to cocks like Neil Cockman, the only interactive shit they have in mind is job subversion. Force you to like what they like, despite that the large majority of the population dislike it. And I'm going to say, yeah, some people find anime disgusting, degenerate, but that's the main thing. It was created with a different mindset, and that's why I really like it. And I can comprehend how they make that shit, and I enjoy it for what it is. I'm not going out of my way on social media trying to change it. So let's continue. Frustratingly, though soyny apparently allows Neutered to pursue their creative visions, they do not allow Japanese developers the same grace. As evidenced by the removal of sexual imagery from an art book included in the physical release of Tsukime, A Piece of Glass Moon. Yeah, I covered that. The blacking out of Naruto and Sasuke severed arms in Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. Yeah, I heard that they even going after censoring violence in Asian games. While, of course, how the Last of Walk 2 Angry Lesbian went over the top. While, funny enough, Ghost of Tsushima, which I find that game really appealing because it was at the time I was not so aware of soyny. And I got that game. I'm not going to lie about that. I got that game and enjoy it. Compared to The Last of Us, even some parts were actually felt toned down. Let's just say because this fucking cock said we don't use the word fun while showing up to your face all the fucking nonsensical plot and all the gore and violence that it was not even fucking present, or at least it's like an updated version of Manhunt. And he said, it's art. How they anime waifus, booba, is they're called you degenerate and all sort of slandering. It's envy. It's fucking envy as a whole. And it mentions in this article censoring of stellar bread. Yeah, we already talked enough about that. And just look fucking stupid looks this censorship. Even it's stupid just as much and Doki Doki Literature Club because the PC Station release censored the blood. Jesus Christ. This is when it comes to the West. They can't compete with Asia. So they have to cripple down. How they do that? By censoring them and by sending their parasite to spread the cancer and force their same kind of behaviors as California can actually put. And that's everything I needed to say here. This is just the sad state of all of this fucking shit. And I have to say that Japan is at blame also because they keep releasing those games in platforms that they are just crippling them. If they go to PC, or only PC or a Nintendo Switch, but well, Nintendo Switch I don't have much hope right now because of some fucking drama going on. At least I just want to say, the moment they make deals with Sony, they it's just a kiss of death for those games. And at least if some indies learn the lesson and go full PC, a new industry is going to rise. It's going to flourish, and it will prevail because that industry, despite is probably is not going to make the same amount of money as AAA, thanks to these fucking normies, at least is going to be supported by people that actually demand the content, the entertainment they like. And that's the most important part. Give customers what they want. And if they want something like Asia and going over the top in the way they like, if they go to the way of fan service just like Snowbreak, go for it. Don't cock or do ugly shit like the West is doing right now because it's just going to be the keys of death and the touch of bankruptcy. That's pretty much everything I wanted to say here. Thanks for watching and I hope you have a pretty good day.